the same floor that they had on here before and kept the mascot to honor the history of the school. But then we opened up this wall here into a little classroom that was on that side and added restrooms, family restroom, a shower, washer and dryer, because a lot of our students are homeless, so that way they can come get a shower, get a change of clothes, wash their clothes, and get ready for school. So, yeah, this is the building that we finished, and then every single thing had to be redone except it did have a good, the structure is good on both sides, but we had to add, you know, HVAC, plumbing, water, electrical, everything. So this is the one that we walked into whenever we feel like we're home with that one, but that one is still in the before stages. Yeah, so we can kind of walk through that one real quick if y'all want to before we get started. Okay. I think it's just, we can feel the love. This one was featured at Alumni in 1988 as one of 4 model.
Yes, you are.
So the design of this building is so beautiful. It has like a lot of detail on the outside. You might notice as you drove up, and everything's super symmetrical. It was built 100 years ago in 1927. We're hoping that some kind of way we can open it up by 2027 to really celebrate the 100th anniversary. Our goal is that, so for the kids in the neighborhood that were displaced when they closed the school down, DISC drops them off and picks them up right here in front of the school. So our dream is that those doors will be open when they get dropped off in the afternoon. They'll be able to come in, come down the hall, go to an after-school program, moms, grandmas, aunties, whoever could be in here in the cafeteria area, have coffee, fellowship, space for community down here to the right. We're going to have a legal clinic and just community resources for the neighbors to really help them ride this wave of gentrification and hopefully come out on the other side economically more secure and stable. There's a lot of reasons why that could not happen, but there's like a lot of resources in our city and there's a lot of needs here in our neighborhood. So we just need a little bridge sometimes to get the two connected. But our program, we work with kids 17 through 25 that want a second chance to come back and finish high school. When they come in, we just try to do everything for them that we want for our own children, which is make sure they get to the dentist, get their eyes checked, go to the doctor, get a driver's license, get ready to enter the workforce, college, whatever they want to do next. Take them on tons of field trips so they can see some of the opportunities outside of this area and inside the area. And then we give them an opportunity to get a high school diploma and start job training and get them in the direction they want to go. So we have about 25 to 30 students at a time right now in our space that we have. And then our hope is to really grow up to about 50 students at a time in that program and then open up a GED program in the evening in the same space. But we have partnerships with about 20 different organizations that provide services that will be able to share some of this space with us and open up those services beyond just our students, but also to the neighbors, to our students' families, and things like that. So let's go upstairs and you can see the classrooms. The building layout is perfect. It's everything that we had on our wish list when we were trying to design a space for our future school. So when we walked in here, we were just like, this is clearly where we're supposed to be. And as you can see, it's almost move-in ready. So, you know. Okay. Stuff they didn't really teach us how to deal with in teacher school, but you know, Mr. Tommy has guided the way and helped us figure out what to do next. But yeah, this is going to be a beautiful space for the community together. A lot of the little tiny churches and neighborhood churches have space for their Sunday congregation, but they don't have really youth space. So we're looking forward to having shared space for the neighbors to bring people together and just celebrate and honor the legacy of Phyllis Wheatley, first African-American poet published in our country. So we think about having poetry nights and just all kinds of events here to bring people together. If you stand out over that balcony, we won't go right now because it's really small, but you overlook the city park. The Wheatley Park was one of only 4 parks in our cities where Black families were allowed to gather during the Jim Crow days. So that park celebrated 100th anniversary in 2020, and we want to really honor the legacy of this neighborhood. This neighborhood is on the National Historic Register. This neighborhood was built here by Black families, for Black families, because it was outside the city limits. They were not allowed to build and own homes in the city limits. So later on it became incorporated into the city, but you'll notice some of the streets are kind of going like this, and they go like this, and they go like this. Like, that's what happens when you try to retrofit space into space that should have already belonged to start with. But the neighborhood is just full of people who overcome, leaders in our city, people who have decided to stay here and continue to lead to this day. So Miss Ragsdale lives in the neighborhood. The lady that oversees all the voting for our city elections lives in the neighborhood, and just, I could go on and on. But we're excited about our kids moving in, seeing Black and brown homeownership, seeing what it looks like to own property and be fully invested in the neighborhood and in the community and in the city of Dallas. So I'll show you a couple more rooms that are my favorite. Skyline right here, that's how close we are to downtown. And then if you look out this way, you can see the tower at the State Fair. So just really perfectly located in a place of so much opportunity in our city. But the neighbors have said, a lot of our older neighbors have said they want a space to sit with the younger generation and kind of pass on to them the hopes and dreams and legacy of the neighborhood. And then our younger kids are often saying, like, I need a mentor, I need a sponsor, I need somebody to help me figure out what's next. So we look forward to having a big library space in here with open tables and comfortable seating where people will be able to gather together and just dream and plan for the future, but build on what's already here. So then the classrooms kind of go out from here. We can walk around a little bit if you want, but there's about 20,000 square feet of space here. We're planning to use about 5,000 to 10,000 for our learning during the day. This is Julius, this is one of our contractors. His brother's a graduate of our program, and then he introduced us to Julius, who has the company that's doing the power washing, that's doing taking down the boards and the windows and putting them all back up for us. But if you need a contractor for all different kinds of things, Julius is your guy. OW provides, and he'll be on site all day today as well. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I think that's pretty much my spiel. Do y'all have any questions or anything?
No questions, but it was very informative, and really appreciate you taking us through and, you know, kind of giving us the history lesson of this facility. So
it's really
exciting.
sobering,
Yeah.
but we want to make sure that we honor this and don't just like rush in with our own
Absolutely.
agenda. So I want to make sure that we remember what has gone before and build on that. Thank you. Thanks so much.
Absolutely.
All right, you guys.